Oh my goodness.
Whoa!
That was scary.
So scary.
That was really
Welcome.
scary.
Oh my God.
Oh, put the glasses back on, please.
We don't need the wide eye shot like that.
Oh my.
Oh my
Bulging.
goodness.
He's bulging.
We're all over that place right now.
I don't know what's happening.
Technical difficulties.
Oh, he's gonna surprise us. He's gonna surprise us.
We get
Technicality
with the curse.
He 3D printed a whole 8-foot giant pinhead.
Entirely possible.
HECKRAISER is just a little ball with an eyeball from Hocus Pocus too. If you guys want to catch that review, check the link below.
You opened the box.
Looking good over there.
Became.
Are you getting married? Looks good though. We have
up, guys?
the one and only Pinhead.
Welcome to the Scary Corner. And today we are reviewing Hellraiser. Hellraiser.
Dum dum.
And I'm killing your mom.
Oh,
we're gonna raise some heck today.
I am
It's not Pinhead's voice.
the zombie. Also, give it up for your favorite cousin Neil.
Would you like a tissue?
Yes.
Yes, but not for crying.
This is a trick question.
Became.
Okay.
Give it up also to your best friend, the homie Bass Razor. And give it up for the world-renowned Star Fox player, the HECKRAISER.
Where's Hit? I don't see Hit. I see our special guest, the one and only Hell Pinhead Razor.
I look like a fucking Cruising USA avatar picture. I love this so much.
Those are barbecue skewers, right?
And what else would they be?
They're gonna be hungry.
You got attacked by a porcupine.
Man.
Yeah.
Pinhead, we love you.
Yes.
Thank you for the effort.
Thank you for showing up for us today and not killing us.
Me.
We are turning things over to our host, Cousin Neil.
The hostess with the mostest.
Why, thank you. Yeah, how's everyone doing?
What's happening, my brother?
Yeah, okay, so today we're going to be reviewing the original Hellraiser movie, directed by Clive Barker, written by Clive Barker, screenplay by Clive Barker, based on his book,
my goodness.
The Hellbound Heart. This guy was determined to do this. Yeah, so first off, let's start. When did everybody see the movie? Like, how old was everyone? Just to get some perspective. Like, I saw it when I was, and once again, I was a kid. A lot of these scary movies, they're not scary, but horror in quotes movies. I was probably like maybe 10 or something. But yeah. What about you, Zombie?
For me, it was my actual first time viewing it in 2022.
2022? October 6th, perhaps?
Exactly. Yes, sir, it was.
What about you, Bass?
First time.
When
Hey
did you
guys,
see
I'm
the
back.
movie?
There you go.
Yeah, I feel like I missed the intro. I'm sorry.
It's all great.
Can you please introduce him?
Oh,
Get
yeah.
up for the
Hey,
word
there
out.
he is.
Give it up for a hit.
Oh,
Give it up for the hit, man.
Yeah, he came right back from hell.
Hell yeah.
Welcome back.
Well,
You're on vacation. You're on vacation over there.
Just destination.
You saw so many pleasures out there.
Anyways, moving forward, I saw it when I was 11.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, wow.
What you hit, man?
I was today years old.
You did. You were just...
That's with pretty much every horror movie we review.
Yeah, so I remember as a kid seeing it. This is one of those things that just kind of popped up. I think probably like a family, maybe a cousin was playing the movie, and I just saw. I had no idea what it was. I just saw Mr. Pinhead and freaked me the hell out. It just freaked me out. But I had no grasp of what the movie was actually about until I rewatched it like when I was much older. But Zombie, or actually this is for you and Hitman, since you guys just recently saw the movie, what were your views about Hellraiser before watching it? I'm talking about like just in general. I'm sure you guys heard of the movie a long time ago, but because you never saw it till now, did you? What was your preconceived notions about it?
Me, I thought it was gonna be like torture porn, and I didn't feel like it would be for me. Or plus, like you said, Pinhead just freaked me the F out, you know, and that's why it made me stay away from this movie to this day. That I was not forced to, but I was like, all right, let's do it then. Let's try something new, you know, because the new one's coming out and I wanted to compare the old with the new.
Right.
So that was my take on it.
Halloween.
What about you, Hitman?
I thought I had seen it, but I guess it was not that movie. It must have been like one of the 1,000 sequels. So yeah, this was all new to me, and apparently it took place in the same place that the Zombies recording. So that really hit home. Yeah, I didn't expect it to be. I thought it was just like gore, pleasure, pain, torture porn, but no, it was like a love story almost. Just had an ending that was different than
spooky music.
Now, Base, since you also saw it when you were young, viewing it from then, and then viewing it, have you seen it recently? Sort of.
Yeah, I did.
Or has your views changed on what the movie was? I'm
yeah,
sure. I'm just similar to me. When I saw it, I just saw it as a scary movie, similar to like Jason or a Freddy movie or something like that. But then watching it as an adult, I was like, oh, this is something much different.
I had as a kid, I just thought of it as like the villain with the Rubik's Cube kind of deal, you know? That's what he was to me. And the Rubik's Cube, you know, killed people. But other than that, watching it now, definitely changed a lot the way I see the movie.
Sprinkle a little holy water on it.
Yeah. Definitely a lot more entertaining now than then.
Well, I think, I think I compared the movie before I saw it. Or not before I saw it, but like, because it was hard to grasp when I was younger when I watched it. I put it in the category of like The Exorcist, I think. Just because of the name, Hellraiser, right? You think of hell, and like, my family, growing up was a very Catholic family. And that was, I had this different view of hell. So watching Hellraiser is completely different from what they teach you in the Catholic religion. So again, so it's very interesting. It's very different. I'm like, oh, all right. This is not what I was expecting compared to The Exorcist. Although that would be interesting if the priest from The Exorcist met Pinhead or something.
Yeah, because they call them hell
priests. That would be a crossover.
In later iterations, they call them hell priests. And Clive Barker liked that nickname.
Did he? Did he like it better than Pinhead?
Yeah. So following, in fact, he adopted it as the canon
that's cool
title for him. But following the success of Freddy vs. Jason, they were planning, Clive Barker and John Carpenter were planning a Halloween versus Hellraiser movie.
Really? Well, there you go. Wow.
And it didn't work because they were both tied up with other projects. So they kind of were working on that, and they were doing like a horror universe kind of like square up, and we just never got to see any of that.
Interesting.
Telling me
I'm trying to picture this.
Exactly.
Michael versus Hell Priest, but I mean, because Michael doesn't talk.
Look at me, I don't feel or talk. Are you the pleasure pain guys? Great.
I guess that would be that's the ultimate enemy, right? Because they can't really do anything to him.
And they stick the hooks in his mask, and it's like,
And they're like, do you like it yet?
He just winks like, oh.
Yeah. All right. So, well, let's get into it. Let's one day like kind of go over the movie, and then we can like, we can discuss. All right. So, the plot. All right. So the movie opens up in a foreign place, Morocco, where we meet our main character, Frank Cotton. He is a hedonist who buys a puzzle box. Oh, and the puzzle box is said to open the door to a realm of otherworldly pleasure.
Pleasure.
Right? So he has his box, and then next we see him at his home working this box. And I remember when I saw this, that was the weirdest. I didn't even know it was a puzzle. I was like looking, what is that? Right? Because we all know what Rubik's cubes are and stuff. And it was really interesting trying to like. I was like looking at it, and I'm like trying to figure out, well, what kind of puzzle is this? Right? I'm not gonna lie. If I did see something like that, I think I would like be like playing with it like nonstop. Anyway, okay, so Frank solves the puzzle, and then these hooks come. Like,
how do you do it though? He had to rub the top, right?
Like, he did have to rub the top. Yep. And you see these hooks start tearing him apart. Okay, so Zombie, when you saw that, what came to mind?
At that time, since we've been I seen Saw so many times,
right?
I was just like, okay, you know. So we so that's what it made me think about that. So it was the skin flesh, and when it went in, I cringed a little, you know.
Oh, you did cringe. All right.
I thought it was going into a chocolate bar or something.
Going into a Pillsbury pack of biscuits.
Well, one of the things that's cool about this movie is the practical effects that we see.
Yeah, that was one dude. Right. Look at the new movie. It's going to be like 400 guys.
God almighty.
And this was one dude. Like, what do I do here? Biscuits.
Yeesh.
Biscuits and gravy.
What about you guys when you first saw that? Do you even remember Base? Like
I watched the video again.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a one badass chiropractor, bro.
Does the effects hold up though?
And what's up with that wooden board that's just going circle? I thought it was gonna get caught and pull them like that, which is like.
No, I think that effects definitely hold up though.
You think it holds up? Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel the same. Well, okay, there are some things in the movie. Well, when we get to it, it doesn't exactly hold up.
Yeah.
Okay, so after that scene, later on, we have a little bit of a time jump. Frank's brother, Larry, which can I just say, I feel bad for Larry throughout this movie. Poor dude. Anyway, Larry moves into the same house. He intends to rebuild his relationship with his second wife, Julia. Larry is unaware that Julia had a sexual affair with his brother, Frank, the guy we just saw get ripped apart before her wedding with Larry. When Larry accidentally cuts his hand moving the furniture, his blood drips on the attic floor and scene. So, when you guys saw that, and you see the blood, and it starts, moving, and then it starts to resurrect Frank, right?
Yeah.
So
I feel like that what's it called? Knock on the Raven. Was it knock? The Edgar Allan Poe poem, "Quote the Raven Nevermore." When he hears the creak, the heartbeat underneath the floorboards or against the wall or something.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is pretty cool, that the water, the blood seeping underneath, and you see reforming and stuff.
I do remember when I saw that part, it brought me memories of Poltergeist. I was like, is Frank haunted house? what's going on? Is he in the floorboards? Like what? But,
Yeah.
I see you.
We see a little blood starts to resurrect Frank.
It's kind of like Hocus Pocus, where like in the first one they do it like very subtly, where it's like, oh, this little thing activated, and it's like, oh, there he is. And then like in the new one, it's gonna be like, oh god, like hell spells, light shows. But all right, real quick though, because I didn't say this, the scariest part to me was how freaking filthy the traitor and Frank's fingers were when he's dropping sugar cubes in his tea. Like, don't offer me a drink, man. Your hands are disgusting.
Wait, I didn't even notice that. Really, his fingers are that gross.
I mean, they like focus on it too. It's like clearly
Ugh.
these are not trustworthy men.
He's all mosquitoed out.
Can I get this in a clean glass, please?
Waitress, please. Does somebody else serve me? No, not this guy.
You got the Denny's special.
No,
Oh my goodness!
no,
Hey, it tastes good after. It tastes good after a good bender.
Oh man!
This
All that
episode is
lipstick.
sponsored by Denny's.
Sponsored by Denny's cups with lipstick on them.
Oh my goodness, dude! You got in that before?
Yeah, I have.
I worked at
You're
Denny's once, and I found the little teapot with like
It was you.
What's crammed in the I don't know, tea noodle, whatever the hell you call it.
What the heck?
I was just like, who did this? Anyway.
Yeesh.
Yeah, I got us way off topic here, but
No, it's not crazy. But okay, so Frank, he's like semi-resurrect. He's like at his
Infancy.
He looks like he doesn't have his legs, right? He's just like this weird skeleton.
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
Motion Skelly.
And then that's when Julia, she later finds Frank, right? Which, I thought she freaked out, right?
Like you
of course,
should.
you'd think she'd freak out a little bit more, but the voice, right?
Julia, it's me, Frank.
Yeah, it's me, Frank. I'm not gonna lie, he actually does have that like a Frank voice. They're just kind of chill, man, right? It's Frank. But yeah, okay. So we find out that she's still obsessed with him,
We get 2 thrusts and a boob.
Yeah, with his gross fingers.
Come here, I missed you.
Yeah, and then Frank, tells her he needs to be resurrected, right? He needs the blood. Right. She agrees to help restore his body so that they can run away together. All right. So then we see a montage of Julie picking up men in bars and bringing them to the attic.
Where's the bed?
Yeah,
bed. I like it on the floor.
And then
great.
We get our first scene of Frank doing his little Matrix thing, right? With the
Show me them tidy whiteys.
He starts draining them to help resurrect his body.
Oh,
I feel like I was watching.
Does this guy have? Does he?
Yeah. Did they say the body count? How many did he need?
No, it didn't say. He's like, I'm almost there. I need a little bit more.
Yeah, right. Just more. I need more.
I just need more. Yeah. I'm almost done. I need more.
It's like probably like 3, and then like 7 later. He's like, no, just like a couple more.
I feel like we were watching the resurrection scene from the Mummy when he's in the jars.
Ah, yeah, that's right. That's right.
I'm almost whole.
Take the eyes first, and then start going.
Oh my goodness!
Give me that tongue.
He's like,
It was probably inspired by it.
Oh yeah. So Frank explains to Julia that having exhausted all sensory experiences, he sought out the puzzle box, which was supposed to provide access to a realm of new carnal pleasures. When the puzzle was solved, the Cenobites came to subject him to the extreme sadomasochism.
Masochist.
Oh, yeah. So when talking about this is where we dive into when a person solves the box, they choose to solve the box, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it really is one of those things for it's something that somebody just wants to get off.
My question is how did they find out about the box?
Reddit, of course.
Then go on Reddit.
Well, DJ Dirty Fingers said that it always belonged to him.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's always been yours type of thing. And I was just like,
Yeah, so he was bound to find it no matter what.
So it's been
Well, what is this?
imposed on
50
him.
Shades of Grey?
Quickly, shout out to Dirty Lenses.
Dirty Lens.
There it is. SAS.
Oh.
Free sponsored.
All right, so then we see Christy, right? Larry's teenage daughter. She sees Julia bringing a man to the house, and he follows her to the attic, where she finds Frank. I think he's like, is he like? He's almost fully resurrected, right?
Come to daddy.
All right. She evades Frank and escapes with the puzzle box, collapsing shortly after, and then awakening in a hospital. Christy solves the box out of curiosity, which I probably would have done the same.
Because it had like little sparkles coming out of it, and she's like, "Ooh, look at this!"
And then she unknowingly summons the Cenobites.
Oh no!
Oh,
You summoned us.
She thought that box was Gucci.
We came.
And a monster called the Engineer. Now, this monster, I will say, this is part of the movie that probably didn't hold up as well.
You see someone on the bike behind you, he's like, he's fucking pedaling his heart out, bro. He's trying to catch up. Like, hold on.
Yeah,
that was a double-ended phallus.
Yeah, that was that. Yeah, you can see the feet there.
You can see the feet. Oh my goodness!
Oh, damn.
But it's one of those things that okay, you escape it, but but hey, we actually get to meet the Cenobites, right? So, all right, when you first get to see them, what's everybody's thoughts? Does anybody have a favorite one?
The other two Cinnabons
yeah.
are stuntmen.
Oh, are they stuntmen?
Yeah, because they're stuntmen because they're like they're fully makeup. Like there's no point of us hiring an actor because they had no lines. So they're like, let's get this stuntman right here, and
probably cheaper too.
So wait, let's take inventory. Who do we have? We had our main man Pinhead. We had Corey Taylor from Slipknot.
It's
Corey Taylor from Slipknot.
We had the High Council or whatever from freaking Star Wars.
Is that the Chatterer? Is that the Chatter? The teeth guy, right?
Yeah, and then we had who was the last guy? Oh, freaking Dana White from UFC.
Dana White.
It was a fun. Oh, and then we had like Throat Thrusy.
Her name was Deep Throat.
Yeah, that's right, Thrusy.
There you go.
I'm going with Thrusy. I'm moving it up to these days.
Thrusy the Clown. Yeah.
Does anybody have a favorite? Who stands out to them? I personally like the fat one.
I like
Dana White. Yeah,
the Dana White.
I like Dana White.
Yeah.
Jumper felt like he was useless, dude. He was just there.
He was scared. Oh, remember? And then at the end when he grabbed Jock Boyfriend and he had like his weird little mouth and eye situation, it's like, and that was pretty creepy. Not gonna lie. I don't know. I like Slipknot. It was cool.
Yeah, let's go with Slipknot.
Slipknot's a happy-go-lucky guy, right?
Yeah. Lucky guy. There you go. All right, so then this is where Pinhead, right, which was the nickname given to him, right?
Yes.
Then he gives a little explanation of who they are, right? He says, "We have been." Or wait,
you
Mr.
summoned
Hitman,
us.
Would you like to do the voice? What does he say?
You opened the box. We came.
I didn't mean to. I didn't know what was going to happen.
Okay. All right. Well, sorry to bother you.
You want my uncle? He's alive. He escaped you, Frank Cotton, right? You know Frank Cotton.
Sorry to bother you. Have a nice day.
Frank Cotton is back in the house. You could take
him.
Is
there a cafeteria in this hospital? Come on, Dana, let's go.
He needs his chicken. He needs his chicken fingers.
He looks like the guy from he looks like the guy
I
from
hate
the Lord of the
bumping into
Rings.
things.
Freaking, was it Mordor?
God, it hurts. Sorry.
Mordor.
But yeah,
You look like Jesus Christ right now.
Yeah, you kind of do. Or that, or was it the Witch King or whatever from Lord of the Rings?
That's what I was
Hey,
saying.
what does Dana White say? Jesus wept.
Jesus, what?
Yeah, they changed the
Dude, you fit it.
line from that to FU. It's supposed to be FU, but they changed the line.
You fit the Caucasian version of Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, here we go.
We all know.
Ahí vamos con esta
He had
madre
hair
otra
like
vez.
wool.
Here we go, otra vez. Let's go.
The Bible said he had hair like wool. All right, argue with that.
This is actually nylon.
There you go. All right, so yeah, from what the zombie just explained is exactly what happened. Christy made a deal with the Cenobites. So Christy returns home, where Frank has unfortunately killed Larry.
Oh.
The cable guy. Eater dead.
And he pulled what's it called? Silence of the Lambs. That's
not funny right there.
So he busted the guy from MIB1. You know, he puts on the other person, the cockroach put on the skin. He's like, hold on, is this better?
Is that better?
Is this better?
More water.
Yeah.
Here's the salt.
Sugar.
And Christy too is like, you see the blood over his forehead, his ears. Like, you're gonna like, are you okay? She's like, no, it's okay.
That made me sad, man. That part got me. Cause she was so worried about her dad.
I know that. Honestly, that was sad.
What happened to Frank? Well, we killed Frank. What? Show him. You fucking busted a predator, man. Just skinned the man alive.
Yeah, like what person is like you?
I killed him, so I'm not skinning him.
Oh, you okay? You clearly that was self-defense. You defended self with that. You dropped him in a pool of acid or something.
Yeah. So they have their little tussle in the house, and basically what ends up happening is Frank he ends up absorbing Julia, right? That's through the tussle.
Sorry, babe. Not personal.
Pretty much.
It's because before that, what's the name? The girl like Christy digs her fingers into his chin, into his cheek.
Yeah, so what did he gain from absorbing her? He didn't heal, and he didn't like get.
That's what I was thinking too, like more hair or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe he grew shoes. Yeah. This part of the clothing comes with it too.
Yeah. Like a Super Saiyan, as soon as they evolve to the next form, it has a new form, a new clothing with it.
Oh, also, real quick before this, when he was foreshadowing killing Larry, when they were like starting to get busy on the bed.
Oh yeah.
He comes out of the closet like, and then she's like, no, oh my God. And then he has a rat and he just like slices it in half and it's like, oh, this is the inside of a rat. It's cool, huh? And then he leaves. That part was pretty cool.
When Jeffrey Dahmer on it.
Yeah. That's when you would think like maybe Frank's not.
Don't worry about the smell. I had some meat. It was bad.
I like pork chops. Oh man.
I guess he couldn't just use rat skin.
Nah.
He couldn't do a pickle Rick, man.
It would be a loincloth at that point.
He tried to do pickle Rick after that.
Was he Conan? Yeah, that's probably right.
That's what it looked like.
Oh God.
All right, take us home, cuz.
All right, well, I mean, basically, after he absorbs Julia, again, she's just trying to get the confession out of him and stuff, which he eventually does. Then the Cenobites, they come.
We got to hear from him.
Yes. So they decide to tear him apart.
I am Frank again.
Out come the chains. But then at a surprising
This is not for you, child, to see.
Yeah. A surprising move, though, after they deal with Frank, then they turn their sights to Christy.
Yeah, that's what
I was actually a little surprised by that. I thought they had rules or something.
Soon.
Yeah, leaving so soon.
It's like, why'd you send her out of the room if you were just going to attack her?
Yeah.
They got
But then
standards.
you see her what's her name? The mom, Lucy, with her face open and everything in the bed when she's trying to get the puzzle box.
God! Oh yeah.
Yeah, where the puzzle box came from? Did she found it outside or? Because she was in bed holding it.
Yeah, she was right.
Yeah, and then Christy sees it. She like, I played with it already once. Let me see if I rub it again. What would happen?
Pop it. Pull it.
Twist it.
Just bop it.
They start disappearing.
Oh no!
Oh, you bumped it. Oh.
Yeah, but anyway, she runs away. And I think her boyfriend shows up, right? And then
when the house is collapsing.
And then we see the engineer again, right? Yeah, was he?
It's like the final boss.
And then in a surprising ending, the house exploded. Well, yeah, collapsed. The house collapsed.
It was collapsing on itself, and then Christy, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah, we gotta run.
And then and then as soon as I open the door, that guy with the bicycle comes out. He goes cling, 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 like Jigsaw. Like, oh my God, it's him. So he's like, they're playing slappy hands, trying to get the box.
Joe is hilarious, man.
He's like, So she's slapping the box out of his hands. She's like, stop it, let me get it. So she gets it, and she goes, go to hell.
Oh yeah.
He pushes it down,
Jesus,
and the monster goes, and he kills
it in the fire, and she's like, "Oh, take this."
And then they're supposed to do that again to. They're supposed to do it again to Dana White, but the floorboard just collapses on top of him, and I guess he's dead.
It's all about the collapsing, man.
And then they're like, let's get out of here. So then that's when they go outside, and you see these orange lights. After they take care of all the Cenobites, they go back, and she has the puzzle box, and then they go walking to these LA fire pits that's going on.
Yeah.
And then because earlier we didn't mention that there's this hobo guy that he goes into Christie's pet store shop that she works at, and then this guy's giving her the dead eye eating crickets. Like, are you gonna eat this?
Very forward thinking.
Are you gonna eat them?
No, he was ahead of his time. Truly,
he was. Yeah.
So he's eating the crickets. You wouldn't pay me enough to eat a fucking live cricket. So
they're pretty good, man. They're a good source of protein.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go, man.
Don't knock it till you try it, man.
Yeah, you can actually buy them in packs, and they're already they got chili on them.
They come in granola bars. All right.
Yeah.
In Hobo Joe's defense, like Whole Foods was not doing it yet.
That's true.
Yeah. It wasn't cool.
So, he probably is the CEO of Whole Foods, bro. I know.
Oh my God.
Or they stole the idea.
After this movie, he probably did.
And he stayed Hobo Joe.
No, because he turned into a fucking pterodactyl.
So Christine gets the puzzle box, and she gets it and throws it into the fire pit.
Yeah.
Is it finally over? I don't know. And then out of the distance, we see Hobo Joe approaching the fire pit.
Whoa. What's going on here?
With what?
Wait. Neil was taking the story.
It's fine. Go ahead, take it home, zombie.
All right.
Oh. Almost there. So Hobo Joe reaches in, and then he catches himself on fire, and everyone's like looking at him in terror.
Oh shit! I wore my flammable trench coat. Ah.
And then what happened, Cousin Neil?
And the box ends up back. We're back in Morocco.
With I still have not washed my hands.
Exactly. I still have not washed. And then surprise, who's next? Who do we see there? But zombie, yeah. You're the next one, huh?
No, we see before that we see him the Hobo Joe transformed into this bony pterodactyl devilish thing with badass practical effects. It goes, and then we see a little black transition because you hear the flappings of the wings over their heads.
My watcher companion, who has joined me on all of these movies so far, was like losing his freaking mind when Hobo Joe turned into a pterodactyl.
Why do you let him watch it?
He loves it. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
He enjoys this very much. He's like, oh, achoo, achoo, and then arar, it's like, yeah, dude, what?
Oh, that's funny.
Well, that's awesome.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, so
I love his energy, and it draws me in too, because I'm like, yeah, he's a freaking Daru. What the heck?
Yeah, man, that's pretty much that's the movie. There you go. Who's next to open the box? So, thoughts? What is the movie? After watching it, was it what you expected?
It turns into a crime drama.
Crime drama.
And then I was like watching. Let's see. I think she got sloppy towards the end. You know, just to for them to wrap up the story really quick, because she was mostly getting away with it. I don't know how she was disposing the bodies. Was she just piling them up in that's what's it, sink? I mean, the bathtub or something, because she's picking them up like she's like 100-pound woman. She's like, and you're slamming them down. She's like,
well, your overall view of the movie, you know, like you said, when you before you saw it, you were thinking, oh, is this going to be like Saw? Is this torture porn? Right. Is this going to be? But it's not. You know, when I rewatched this, as much older, I was like, oh, this is pretty much somebody's. Unfortunately, you know, I didn't really talk about it, but this movie, the central character, really, to me, it's really Julia, right? It's her obsession with Frank, because she just wants to get fucked. The sex is really good with Frank, and you know,
it was like 7 pumper, and that's
she was pretty much. She was like she was like, she represents like pre-Frank, right? Before Frank ran out of options and just wanted, you know, find the box. That was like the last pleasure, right?
Yeah.
But she, you know, her box was Frank, pretty much.
Yeah,
that was her obsession. But yeah, you know, seeing that, it's almost kind of like a love story in a way.
And then you got 2-in-1 package. She gets her Larry and she gets her Frank.
She gets her Larry and her Frank. Poor Larry.
She gets her Frankfurt.
And then Kirsty existed solely as a plot device to perpetuate the story further, to end it, and then to have it carry on.
Sequels,
yeah. So,
was it
like, for a long time you're just like, who the hell is she? And like, all the things she's doing make no sense until she shows up.
I like the last movie. I got to see it. After this, I went down on binge.
Oh, let's raise some heck.
Wait, you binged? What did you binge?
All Hellraisers.
Oh, the
Wait, you watched the other Hellraiser movies?
I like the ending where she like when they're in space.
I didn't see those other. I only saw
one.
You
haven't seen the other ones?
I've only seen 1 and 2.
No spoiler then.
It's fine.
And then they join Elon Musk's space hacks.
So they
do hacks in space.
So the last one that I saw, there was in space, and they drew him out. The Pinhead again. Pinhead. So there was this guy. To be honest, he was creating this alchemy in it was like a satellite. So everyone thought it was like a space station.
Like, but
it was actually, but actually it was a giant. What do you call those boxes?
Container.
Oh, no, the lament configuration.
Yeah, it was a big lament configuration. So he got trapped into existing only out there now. So he's trapped.
Oh, in the Phantom Zone.
In the Phantom Zone, out there in space.
Hey, so Base.
Yes.
Does the movie hold up?
I think it does.
Comparing it to like nowadays, like do we even consider this?
I think it drops. Yeah, it drops out of the just like a horror movie, and it kind of, I think it moves. You know, the aspect of it is like, you know, we're looking for like kind of like Greg Nicotero, like, you know, cult classics. It moves into that section, kind of like where it's not just for the horror, it's for the story, characters, exactly. It just brings out the I just thought it's not really like, it doesn't hold up to modern day horror is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
But
socially, oh no, continue. I'm sorry.
But back in the days, yeah, I feel like it would be classified as a horror story.
Mm. And Hitman, I know previously, you're not a big fan of the jump scares and all this stuff. Does this movie resonate more with you? Is this the type, or you weren't feeling it? What do you think?
Personally, I think it represented a revolution in the horror genre as a whole. I think the concept of a cabal of pleasure and pain-seeking creatures, hell priests, was pretty interesting and could go well beyond just one story.
Amen.
That is all.
Let's not forget the cutscene at the end with Vin Diesel.
With the family?
Family.
Zombie, what aspects of the movie, like, what did you take away from it after watching it? Did it make you think about stuff?
Yeah, to leave my lights on. No, I feel like now I see where Saw got his kicks from, like where they picked up from the boundaries to push, or the feeling you get watching the chains for the first time entering somebody's body. Also, I would like to mention that the MPA, the Motion Picture Association, had a vendetta against this film, and they took this film apart. So whatever we got to see right now was not the total vision.
Oh.
So there was an uncut version that only got released in Australia, and the other ones are bootlegs that were around the world.
Wow.
But there was lots of cutting in the movie.
There was lots of cutting in the movie.
Allegedly.
Speaking with the chains and stuff, how did the design, right? When you think of like horror monsters, right? Of course, you have your classic, you have your Jason, you have your Freddy, even Scream now. I personally feel Pinhead, right? He is a classic, but I don't think he gets as much credit as the rest. He's kind of like on the lower tier, maybe just because the movie hasn't been seen by as many people compared to the other big ones. But yeah, what do you guys feel about the design? Just seeing a guy with needles in his freaking head.
I think the fact that he adheres to like a very strict code of conduct makes him a little less intimidating, but the whole concept behind him and his crew makes him more interesting. Like they serve a very specific purpose, and it's not just like mindless gore.
Yeah.
It's like you wish this upon yourself. So you want the vibrator or the chainsaw, like, that's what they do. Also, I loved when they tore his face off and they pieced it together.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, this is a face.
I think he's gonna start talking.
Yeah. Oh, that's probably talks. That shit. That was hilarious to me. All right. What about you, Zumbo?
What I take from it, or
what do you think of Pinhead?
What I think of Pinhead is he's pretty maniacal. He's scary looking. He's intimidating. And you don't know why. He could be the nicest guy with a bunny in his hand. Like, come here, my child. I'll be like, no, dog, I'm good. He does. He does immute. He does bring that fearfulness, even though he looks like he's like a 110-pound guy, and with nose piercings and everything. With his whole crew. That's a good solid character right there from the horror aspect of things.
Right. And then Base, let me ask you, seeing as a kid, I'm sure we all had this preconceived notion of what hell looked like. For me personally, again, Catholic religion, I thought, the brimstone, the fire, the red devil, that's hell. That's what I thought. So watching this movie, Hellraiser, and you're seeing the Cenobites, and they describe themselves as angels and demons.
We are the gods.
It took a left turn on me. I was like, "Well, oh, this is hell. This is all right, and very interesting." But your thoughts?
Well, as a kid, I kind of studied religion a lot. Like I read a lot. I read the whole Bible, so I was like kind of like I liked reading it. But for me, like hell's like your greatest ambition, your failed ambition is what it is. So I guess I could kind of relate. Like people's they want that extra. They want the pleasure, yet you get it in this, you know, in this way by Cenobites. I just kind of relate. For me, hell is not really like a place of angels and demons and lava and fire. It's your greatest ambition that you failed to achieve. So it's kind of like
Wow.
the same. I mean, that's the way I look at it. I've always looked at hell that way. It's not really, pitchforks and stuff like that. But yeah.
What about you guys? Did you guys have a different view of hell, prior to seeing the movie?
I didn't go into thinking about that type of thing. I'm just going to go into seeing a movie. And I feel like they were not even in hell. I feel like they were just in the passage. They were just there in the physical plane.
Yeah,
Is like putting someone in shackles to bring them into hell type of thing. They haven't brought them in. It was just a holding. Like, all right, we're gonna hold you. All right, take your spirit. Let's go. So I feel like they were still in our existence. And then that's when the chains came out to hold the prisoner or whatnot, and then just rip his soul apart.
Yeah.
So
I have a 9 to 5, so I know what hell looks like.
Ding 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 ding.
But little side note: the guy who did Pinhead, his voice, of course, he went on for all the sequels and such, but he also did a lot of cold openings and narration for Cradle of Filth videos and stuff.
Nice.
So,
Oh, cool.
he does.
this one came out in WCW,
stuff.
the wrestling.
Did he?
Yeah, he did a thing for Halloween Havoc.
Oh, he was dressed up as Pinhead?
Yeah, he was dressed up as a Spinhead. He came on the Titantron and he said something for the wrestling.
It's funny. I think I saw like a sketch with him and I think it was David Spade. I think I saw before. I think was it SNL or Matthew or something?
SNL.
Was it SNL?
Yeah.
Was he like trying to get into the club or something?
Yeah.
He wouldn't let him in. Like, I will tear your soul apart or something like that. Oh, that shit's hilarious.
It was SNL.
Okay. Okay, so on a final note, I'm just curious, what's everybody's pleasure? Right? Well, what would be your ultimate for me it'd probably be food related. Right? So it'd probably stuff like a bunch of fried chicken and donuts into my mouth and then until I explode or whatever. What about you guys? What about Hitman? Starting with you. What's your pleasure?
Oh, straight up hedonism, man! Like everything to the wind, to the wind. Like if I didn't have the responsibilities and such, I probably would like
Just whip it out.
Like even before I had them, I was like, there would be times where I would just like go off and disappear into the wilderness, so to speak, and that's probably what I would. If I didn't have those other things, I would.
I'm assuming you'd also be naked, right?
You'd abandon your worldly outfits and
everything optional
ideas.
How about you, Base? What's your pleasure?
I have ADHD, so I have like 20.
Oh, so puzzles are right for you, huh?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Okay, that was off track, but how funny would it be if like you just had to solve like a simple, was it just a normal puzzle, putting puzzle pieces together.
Yeah.
That forms like a picture, like a cute little picture for the Cenobites to come.
Yeah.
All right, Zombie, take us home. What's your pleasure?
My pleasure is creating things, getting people to see us. No, not life. Creating, editing videos, music, anything that I make and I see it blossom, and that makes I take pleasure in that, and bringing happiness and joy to you guys. Wow. So that's why we formed this channel.
You're
to
an
bring
entertainer.
entertainment.
That's right. You heard it here. 1 click equals 1 nil.
Like, comment, subscribe. Sponsored by Denny's.
Hey,
Okay.
Dirty Denny's, where
So
you at?
that's-
Yeah.
Hey, just a quick thing. So, do we all agree? We give the movie a thumbs up. Classic. Yeah. You guys
Classic.
enjoyed it?
Yeah, it's fun.
Certified.
It was fun? All right. There you go.
I like how it set up the
So
character.
that is our thoughts and reviews.
Base,
of,
introduce the
Hellraiser.
movie for next week.
What's coming
The
next?
Conjuring 2.
Dum dum dum.
So
Well,
you hear it first.
Conjuring
Next week.
still-
Starring Irma Nun. Or Valak Nun.
So next week we'll be reviewing the Conjuring part 2.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
it also gets a little. Let's see.
Bless you.
We get a little Annabelle action as well. It gets included in there, I think.
We may have to switch it up to Dusk Till Dawn, but
Hey.
we're still
It's a
doing
toss-up.
Conjuring 2.
That's
It's a
also
toss-up.
John Carpenter, isn't it?
Or we could do doubles.
No.
Starting doubles. So we'll see.
Robert Rodriguez.
That's what I said. All right, so
I'm
You're
sorry.
not listening, Base.
So bases. That's
You
bases.
kind of
pick.
cut off when you were saying it.
Ooh.
I say
This is bases pick. The Conjuring 2 / Dusk Till
Dusk Till
Dawn.
Dawn.
So and after his pick is mine, and tune in to find out what is mine.
Not Hocus Pocus.
yeah. We already watched Hocus Pocus. Let's skip him.
We saw Hocus Pocus uno and dos. So Tress is coming. I mean, my pick.
30
So
years.
after 30 years. All right, guys, your closing things that you want to plug before we get on out of here.
No, we're skipping the plugs these days.
Yeah. I actually
We're all
plugged my
about the
charger in
show,
already
man.
from my iPhone, so I'm good.
All right, guys, this is and has been the review of Hellraiser. Tune into the Hulu's. If you're gonna continue this Hellraiser journey, there's a new one dropping. Already dropped today. So get your spooky on. We might come back and talk about it, how this one matched up with this one. And
I can't wait. Skip me on Pins and Needles.
Mm.
in 3 weeks' time, since our episode of She-Hulk will end, we'll probably start reviewing 2 movies or so on, or something else to take its place. So we might retouch Pinhead again. For Cousin Neo,
Yo.
the hit Razor, base Razor, zombie Razor. This is this is and has been the Scary Corner. Till next time.